I should not have yelled at my kid like that. So we went through the should thing, but then I said, well, what were you committed to in that moment? And so we looked at it and they said, well, I was committed to not feeling disempowered. I was committed to having control. I was committed to letting them know that they can't do that, which is the funny one because kids will do what they do. You can't say that. No, they can. They just said it. Right. So more on that maybe, but yeah. And so, so that's what you're committed to. Overall, what are you committed to with your son? Well, I'm committed to loving him and honoring him for who he is and really being patient and integrated so I can meet him where he's at in his struggles. Cool. So you have two commitments and they're opposite. Right? So I want you to recognize like the forces within you that when you make a choice and you're like, oh, why'd I do that? Good question. What were you committed to? Because you're going to see that there's a commitment and then there's a counter commitment. And for some reason, usually because you're not mindful of it. It's really, that's a huge piece of it. Awareness changes the whole game, right? Oh, I was more committed to protecting myself in that moment because I was triggered and I was in my pattern, the shape, right? I was in my pattern of relating to it in that way. Oh, right. So again, it's another sign that we can be gentle with ourselves. We're learning. Of course you had that commitment to protect yourself, because if you look at your childhood, yeah, you better have protected yourself considering what you grew up with, and you just got programmed. Yeah, so your son's freaking out about something because you wouldn't let him be on the computer, and all of a sudden your childhood stuff came up, and there it is. You're committed to protecting yourself. And so we want to create the new awareness, right? Because naturally then her reaction, of course, escalated the whole event, right? And then if it escalates the event, then all of a sudden she's arguing his counter argument and he's arguing the counter argument. And then it's like, wait, what are we talking about? We're just arguing layers of argument. Think about that when you get in a fight with someone, you're like, no, I didn't. But you, wait, hold on, I never did. Well, you did that one time. Well, that other time they were there. And right? And all of a sudden like, wait, what do you need? I need to know that you love me. I need to know that I'm safe. I need to know that you value my time, whatever it is. So I want to get underneath that. And so how do you walk in life is a very important question, because if you look at bringing mindfulness into every single thing, you're going to evolve and learn. It's just the nature of it. People say, oh, how'd you learn that? What book did you read? Who's your guru, right? No, life's going to keep teaching you if you're willing to walk mindfully. And that's what we want to teach kids to do and go, let's look at this. Yeah, what is happening here? Don't jump on the story bandwagon. Well, they, this, that. What's actually happening here, right? And to take it to a deeper level. Because then if we're mindful about how we're walking in life, then we can start walking closer and closer to our own sense of very deep personal integration and self-worth. And so bad parenting moments are simply about you being taken over by some forces within you that you're not aware of in the moment. Talk about commitments, counter commitments, all these things, right? And you don't have a strong relationship to those forces yet. And so if we look at it, again, back to the human being piece, is that all these things that are coming up for you, the issue is that you don't have a relationship to them. That's it. If you relate to your anxiety, your judgment, your insecurity, your hostility, your avoidance, your repression, cool, now you're having a relationship to it. Now you can start to learn and work with it. But if you don't have a relationship to that part of yourself, then it holds the wheel. You don't have power over that automatic, neurologically conditioned response.